Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Since taking over creative, Triple H has led WWE to several notable achievements. However, a wrestling veteran suggested the Stamford-based promotion's parent company TKO might have to fire the Game and other executives for a significant reason. A lawsuit was recently filed against Vince and Linda McMahon, WWE and TKO for allegedly allowing open, rampant abuse of the Ring Boys at the hands of the former ring crew chief, Melvin Phillips Jr., in the 1980s and 1990s. This comes several months after Vince McMahon left the Stamford-based company amid being sued for alleged sexual assault and sex trafficking by former employee Janelle Grant. Now wrestling veteran Ben Hammon has had his say in the ongoing matter. While commenting on the latest lawsuit on his The Friday Locker Room podcast, Hammon suggested TKO must make massive changes to WWE's management and production crew. The former CW heavyweight champion claimed the parent company's CEO and executive chairman, Ari Emanuel, must eliminate Vince's son-in-law, Triple H, and everyone in management and production who has worked with Vince McMahon in the last 40 years. Ben Hammon pointed out that TKO not making an immediate decision to get rid of all of Vince McMahon's former associates who were still in WWE could backfire on the company. Following Vince McMahon's initial retirement in 2022, Triple H took over the creative process in WWE. In a recent interview with the Wrestling with the Devil podcast, former head writer of the Stamford-based promotion and wrestling veteran Vince Russo speculated on the Game's current relationship with his father-in-law. The 63-year-old claimed the current chief content officer and his wife, Stephanie McMahon, have flipped on the former chairman. Former WWE personality Jonathan Coachman recently revealed what Vince McMahon hated most about Triple H. He claimed the former chairman had no interest in any of his son-in-law's projects, including NXT. In a shocking turn of events, a recent development within the WWE has raised significant questions about the future of one of the most iconic figures in professional wrestling. Triple H, also known as The Game, has long been a pillar of WWE, serving in multiple capacities including as a performer, producer, and more recently, as the company's chief content officer. However, a veteran of the business is now raising concerns that his time at WWE may be coming to an end. According to this source, the latest series of events could force TKO Group Holdings, WWE's parent company, to make the difficult decision to part ways with Triple H. Triple H's legacy in WWE is hard to overstate. From his early days as Hunter Hearst Helmsley to his transformation into the Game, he became one of the most decorated wrestlers in the company's history. As a multiple-time world champion and a member of D-Generation X, he became a defining character during the late 90s and early 2000s. His work in the ring, his ability to craft compelling storylines, and his wrestling acumen made him a central figure in the company. In more recent years, however, Triple H has moved behind the scenes with the goal of securing WWE's future through its creative direction. As the head of NXT, he helped develop and shape the careers of some of the brightest stars in professional wrestling today, including Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Charlotte Flair, and Sasha Banks. His role in creative expanded when he took on the position of Chief Content Officer, directly overseeing WWE's television, digital, and creative content. However, despite his immense contributions, the business of professional wrestling is evolving rapidly, and Triple H's role has come under scrutiny in light of recent developments. In 2023, WWE merged with the UFC under the ownership of TKO Group Holdings, which is controlled by Endeavor. This marked a major shift in WWE's operations, and with it, new leadership dynamics began to take shape. Vince McMahon, who had overseen WWE for decades, retained control of the company but was now joined by a team of executives from Endeavor. As TKO continues to refine its strategy for WWE's future, the question remains: how will the company balance its wrestling-focused content with the more mainstream, crossover appeal that UFC brings to the table? Under Vince McMahon, WWE had mastered the art of blending sports entertainment with media spectacle. But UFC, with its no-nonsense, combat-focused product, offers a very different approach. It is here that Triple H's future becomes uncertain. TKO's emphasis on maximizing shareholder value and appealing to a wider, more diverse audience could lead to clashes with the creative direction that Triple H, with his deep-rooted understanding of wrestling culture, wishes to pursue. In a recent interview, a wrestling veteran who spoke candidly about the shifting dynamics in WWE under TKO's ownership suggested that the company may be forced to make a hard decision about Triple H's future. This veteran, whose name has not been disclosed, pointed to several developments as reasons why Triple H's position within the company may be in jeopardy. First and foremost, the veteran pointed to the creative direction of WWE under Triple H's leadership. While NXT was seen as a critical success, bringing fresh talent to the forefront and offering a more traditional wrestling product, the main roster under his oversight has been underwhelming for some fans and critics. Many feel that WWE has struggled to find its identity following the departures of top talents like Roman Reigns for part-time appearances, as well as the release or exit of key figures who had shaped the promotion during the McMahon era. Despite Triple H's acclaimed work with NXT, the main roster's storylines have lacked the cohesive, long-term booking that made WWE such a dominant force during McMahon's tenure. The recent booking of major events like WrestleMania and SummerSlam, while receiving some positive feedback, has also garnered criticism for inconsistent storylines and unresolved feuds that fans have come to expect from a top-tier wrestling promotion. The veteran hinted that some of Triple H's creative decisions may not align with the direction TKO is hoping to take WWE in the near future. Another area of concern that the veteran raised was the financial performance of WWE under its new corporate structure. TKO's primary goal is to increase the company's overall market value and profitability, which means that a more pragmatic, business-first approach might take precedence over creative risks. Some of the veteran's comments pointed to Triple H's sometimes risky booking of controversial angles, which could be viewed as damaging to WWE's brand image in a media landscape that is becoming increasingly sensitive to issues like representation, inclusivity, and workplace culture. When WWE transitioned to the public markets and eventually merged with the UFC, Vince McMahon's long-standing dominance over the company was tempered by new shareholders and corporate interests. The veteran alluded to the fact that TKO's leadership may not have the same affinity for Triple H's vision for WWE as Vince McMahon did, and as the company looks to attract a more mainstream audience, the focus may shift to a more polished and uniform product that appeals to a broader demographic. With UFC's dominance in combat sports and WWE's attempts to cross over into broader media through ventures like Peacock and international markets, TKO has made clear its intention to drive both companies forward as part of a larger, unified sports entertainment entity. It is within this framework that Triple H may face an existential challenge, whether his vision aligns with the new direction WWE needs to take to meet these ambitious financial goals. At the moment, Triple H remains a vital part of WWE's creative structure. However, the veteran's comments have sparked debate within the wrestling community about what the future holds for him. WWE's recent moves to revamp its talent roster, emphasize more mainstream partnerships, such as with major sports leagues, and refine its content to cater to a global audience could make it increasingly difficult for Triple H to hold onto the reins of creative control, especially if his vision continues to diverge from TKO's overarching corporate objectives. Triple H's departure, while still unlikely in the short term, cannot be entirely ruled out. If TKO executives believe that a change is necessary to position WWE as a truly global entertainment juggernaut in the post-Vince McMahon era, Triple H may find himself facing an impossible choice: to conform to the new corporate agenda or part ways with the company he has helped build. For fans of Triple H and the legacy of WWE, this is a time of uncertainty. The future of the brand is evolving, and as TKO works to consolidate its power, wrestling enthusiasts and insiders alike will be watching closely to see how the company handles the delicate balance between creativity, tradition, and business strategy. Whatever happens, Triple H's impact on the industry is undeniable, but his future in the company may soon be in question, depending on how the corporate powers that be assess the next phase of WWE's legacy.